guys, welcome to day 3 of this week. Obviously you can tell I'm still in our mountains of New Mexico. Today we're going to be talking about cooperation, and the person we're going to look at in the Bible, the character to show you this, is Gideon. So Gideon is found in the book of Judges, which is in the Old Testament, and it is a couple of chapters, so I'm not going to read it to you. I'm just going to give you a summary of Gideon. So one day, an angel of the Lord appears to a man named Gideon. The angel says to him, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Gideon said, "If the Lord is with us, then why are all of these bad things happening?" Then the Lord told Gideon to go and rescue the Israelites. Gideon said, "How can I do that? My family is the weakest in our tribe, and I am the weakest in my family." The Lord told Gideon that he would be with him, and so Gideon became the leader of God's people. So in this story, you're going to notice that God takes someone who doesn't think a lot of himself, that he's the weakest one, and yet he's going to use him in a mighty, mighty way. Gideon was scared, but decided to do what God told him to do. He put an army together, but God told him that there were too many people in his army. So Gideon sent thousands of men home. God told him there was still too many people in his army, so he sent more men home, and only at the end had 300 men in the army. God told Gideon to give each of his men trumpets and jars. A burning torch was inside each jar. While their enemy was sleeping, Gideon's men worked together to blow the trumpets and to break their pots so that the fires would shine. The enemy soldiers woke up and were so scared they started fighting each other. After a while, they ran away, and Gideon's army won the battle. Gideon worked with 300 men and God to fight the enemy. So even though at the first of the story, he didn't really know what he was going to do, God put him in charge of this group of men, and they had to work together. They had to cooperate. Cooperate means to work together towards a common goal. The common goal was they were going to defeat the enemy. But God used just a small group of men because he wanted to show that they could work together, and God was in control of the whole situation. Now, there's another scripture I want to share with you. It's Ecclesiastes 4:9, and it says this: "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their work." In other words, two people are better than one person. They can help each other in everything they do. I want us to remember that, because it's not easy always to do things by ourselves. But that is one thing we can learn from this lesson, is to cooperate and work with other brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters, to do good things for God. All right? So I hope that you enjoyed that lesson, and I'll see you tomorrow.